What's up, YouTube? Handlebar Mike here with a pipe video. Actually, this video is specifically meant to address Max over at Defiant Pipes. If you don't know who Defiant Pipes is, you better go check him out. Go sub and check out his Etsy store if you want to find some incredibly restored, affordable smoking machines. Okay. It is a Tuesday here. It's Tuesday morning, and I'm hijacking your Cobb Tuesday for a Clay Tuesday instead. So it is what it is. But I recently watched Max's two videos dealing with fishing. He was the first one I saw where he was lamenting about his spending $40 on a fishing setup after spending $25 on a license. You might as well get a rod and reel so you can use that license on your own for solo fishing and stuff like that. And then the second video I watched was your first solo fishing trip up in the mountains. And the first thing I'm going to say, Max, is they call it fishing, not catching, for a reason. Okay, so don't be discouraged by your first outing that you didn't catch anything. Also, it's important to remember that trout are the biggest dicks of all the fishes, no question about it. You can you can drive yourself crazy throwing bait in front of them and trying to match the hatch and everything else, and they just scoff at it and give you an old fu and won't touch it. So don't feel too bad, because trout are the biggest asses in the mountain streams. But I just wanted to give you a fair bit of warning about fishing. And I don't know how much this advice will. After watching your first solo trip, you seem so excited afterwards. I don't know how much this advice will fall on deaf ears or not. But just be careful, Max, because fishing, like any other hobby, can become very expensive. And the next thing you know, you have an entire duffel bag full of different reels and whatnots and different styles and bait casters and deep seers, and you just got a duffel bag full of reels. And the next thing you know, you are in your garage putting PVC piping along all your walls, so you can put all your rods on there as well and have them all set up. And then once you're finally happy with all the equipment that you have, and you have boxes and boxes of lures and tackle and everything else, your good friend, quote unquote good friend, says, "Hey, you ever try fly fishing?" And you're like, "No, I never tried fly fishing. Let me try that." Okay. Next thing you know, your wallet's hemorrhaging money. Okay, it's just hemorrhaging money, buying different fly rods and stuff. And I need a 2-weight for little brookie trouts up in the mountains. Then I need a 5-weight for my standard trout fishing. And then I need a 10-weight if I want to be some offshore and stuff like that and everything else. And next thing you know, you're buying vices. You're buying this vise for too much goddamn money, and you're sitting there and you're tying feather and foams to the tiniest hooks that you've ever seen in your entire goddamn life. They're just so tiny. You're buying magnifying glasses so you can see what the hell you're doing, tying feather and foam to hooks so you can imitate different bugs and shit. And you go crazy, and you have crazy poppers and bass ones too, because bass are cool to catch on a fly, no problem. And there's my favorite. You get look, grasshoppers, foam grasshoppers that you build. It's incredible. And you go crazy, and you're like, you know what? My kids don't need to go to college on it for free. They can get a loan. I need that $1,200 handmade bamboo rod. Of course, that makes so much friggin' sense. Be careful, Max. It's a downward spiral in the world of fishing. It's an incredible hobby. It can be expensive, though, and I just thought it was funny that you were lamenting over your $40 setup, and I kind of looked around and said, huh. So in the future, if you need anything, if you need any equipment, feel free to shoot me an email, man. I'll be more than happy to send stuff up to Asheville your way. All right? Also, if I ever come up there, I'd love to come fish with you up in those streams up in the mountain. Beautiful. I do that here in Georgia. We have little tiny streams for little tiny brook trouts. That are fun as hell to catch. Oh man, I didn't even talk about Tenkara rods too. Man, there's so much for you to waste your money on when it comes to fishing. Just like any other hobby, I guess. So Max, have fun with the new hobby. Hopefully you enjoy it. I absolutely love fishing. I'm a big fan of it. I don't regret anything that I've ever bought for my fishing setups. The time in the woods by itself, time on the lakes and everything else with friends or solo are worth it. So enjoy fishing, because I'm going to enjoy this bowl and think about fishing. It's a little cold here right now, so Maybe in the afternoon, I'll think about heading down to a pond and throwing some flies into the pond, see if I can catch any bass. All right, with that, guys, don't forget, pack a bowl, light it up, burn it down, relax, enjoy. I'll see you guys online next time.